Hello friends, today I'm going to show you how to service this lens. It is a Nikkor 35 105mm, and then this lens here has some fungus that you can see there. So what we're going to do is to open the lens. We're going to eliminate all the fungus, and then this lens is going to keep working for probably 30 more years without any problem. Okay, so to open this lens is rather simple. As many Nikkors, you will find yourself with a small set screw here, and then you use a 1.2mm wide flat screwdriver just to get this guy slightly loose. You don't have to remove it, and then with that you should be able to unscrew the front element. Then with the front element open, we can see that we reach the fungus, and then funny thing, there is even one fungus here. And then that's a bit the first time ever I see that. Okay, so we'll put this aside. We're going to clean that, and then here the next element, so let me zoom back a bit, has also some fungus here. So what we're going to do is to remove it. I'm going to show you how to remove actually all the glass in this lens. Slightly bigger, and then here. Okay, we got it. There you go. And then be careful not to lose the spacer that goes with this part of the lens. And then here we put this guy aside. And then so far so good. We have disassembled the two elements of interest in our lens really quick. But then before I start cleaning them, I'm going to show you how to tackle also the back. We don't have fungus here, but then it is also important to know if you need to deal with it. So we're going to remove the bayonet. Take now the bayonet out. Here we can take this is the aperture ring. We can take it out, and then here we can take also this guy out. And then what I'm doing is just room, so I can just clean this guy, and then by using some force you will be able to unscrew this guy here. Here you go. You have removed this element, and then there are still a few elements there that we also want to remove, but then they're attached to the whole moving block. That will be a lot of work to remove them, so we're going to do things differently. We're going to remove the retaining ring that you see there, and then the idea is to do a whole cleaning on this lens. So I take, okay, let me zoom back a bit. I take my compass and then what I'm going to do is to make space, so I can come with my compass and then you need just a bit of force, and then you will be able to get the ring out. Okay, it's actually out. So now what I do is to use some tweezers just to get the ring out, and then you will need one of these guys just to take the glass, and then that glass there is a bit dirty, so this is why I want to remove it. So here you go, and then very important here, you need to pay attention to the orientation of the glass, because if you put it inverted, for example, you will get bad focusing, and then the lens is not going to work properly. Even though inverting a lens sometimes it is interesting, so you can get some fancy effects on the pictures you make. So you can try it, but if you want the lens to work properly, you have to put it in the right position. So far so good. I put this guy here, and then still there is still one piece of glass that we can remove. The big one, small one, not working well. Just exactly the same size, and then here you go, the last piece of glass, and then here you can see it is a doublet that we're going to clean, and then there is still one piece of glass there, but I think it's fixed from the other side, so we're not going to bother with it. But in your case, if you actually need it to be clean, so you can access here from this side, and then let's hope it doesn't fall. Okay, you can actually take it from this side, no problems with that. So you can see it's jumping. I thought it was fixed, so you can still remove that. I don't have to, I don't need to, so I'm not going to bother with that. So we have removed all the glass from this lens. So now what we're going to do is to do the cleaning of all of them, and then we're going to reassemble the whole thing. So I'm going to get the clean stuff ready, and then we meet in a few seconds. So here we are back and ready to remove the fungus. So what I'm going to do is just to show you the example of removing the fungus with this lens, and then the cleaning of the rest is going to be exactly the same, so I'm not going to repeat everything. But then how we proceed? So I have this lens with fungus, which luckily for us is on this surface, and it can happen that it could be on the inside. So what you need to do, I explain to you, if you have fungus on the inside of this element here, you will need to apply some isopropyl alcohol to dissolve this glue, and then obviously with the spanner you will be able to open this element and then separate the glasses and do the cleaning. We don't need to do that. So what we're going to do is, first thing, I'm going to put my lens cleaning solution, well, my fungus cleaning solution. I have a recipe, I leave you the link, and then I show you the cover of that video, so you can take a look. And then the way I proceed with this solution is I just simply put a small drop. You don't need more. Then I spread it with my finger. It's actually rather effective. Now we just need to clean it, to remove it. So what I'm going to do, very gently with some paper, I'm just going to remove the excess of moisture. Then probably it wasn't a very good idea because I left a lot of fiber. So the fungus is gone. So this is the first part. This is what we want. Now I take my lens cleaning fluid. This is the one I use. You can find it on the video description, and then with that we will proceed already to the cleaning. So we spread everywhere. Over the lens, and then now with a microfiber cloth I do the thing in 2 steps. So I use a rather old microfiber cloth to do the first cleaning, and then to remove the major traces of oil and whatever is on the lens surface. And then I proceed to a second cleaning with a new microfiber cloth. So again I put the lens cleaning solution, okay, and I have a result that I am happy with. I see there's a white trace, but I think it's on the other side. Okay, so that's it for the cleaning. So what I'm going to do now is just to proceed with the cleaning of the camera, and then we meet just in a few seconds to reassemble the lens. So hello friends, I am back. I am done with the clean, and then as you can see the fungus here is gone. Now what we're going to do is to reassemble the lens. So what we're going to do is just start from the back, and then here, if you remember, we removed a few elements that I already put in because I don't want to risk to put dirt on them over again. So I already put them just to avoid accidents. Now what we're going to do is to insert the ring here, and then I keep it to show it to you because this part is always tricky because you need to use the compass, the axis is a bit limited, and then you need the thing that it goes right in position. So sometimes it gets immediately in, sometimes don't, but then you need to do a few tries. So here for example it's blocking, so when you start screwing the thing with the compass, make sure it's not forcing a lot. For example here it's forcing a bit, that means it's not in the right position. So I go back, I try, and then sometimes what it helps is just to force a bit by hand, and then you see there. Okay, now I got it in smoothly, and then this is the way it should go. I was able to go all the way without any effort. So that's it for the ring. Careful with that. If you feel you have to force, go back and then try again because otherwise you will deform the thread, and then that will be it for your lens. So we have that part. Now if you remember, we unscrewed this. Pay attention, there is a washer here, bronze washer, so pay attention not to lose it. You might not have it, sometimes the lens doesn't have it. This is a factory thing that they do to calibrate the lens to get the best optical performance. So we put this thing here. We are near done, and then to finish the back we put the aperture ring, and then the indication that I always use is that I have this little plate here, and then I have some marks in here, and then that's my indication to say that this guy should be in phase with this. So, and then usually it goes in smoothly. Then my other indication, you have a very small opening here that I'm showing with my finger, and then that's to receive this element here. And then this guy is going to move now with the aperture ring, and then to put the bayonet, the usual cue is you have a small lever here that I am activating, and then that lever should match this lever here. There's still one subtle thing that you need to do, is you need to move the lever once, so this small pin here gets inside this ramp here. So I do it again. I'm in position, and then I move it, and then you can feel that sound is that it's getting in position. So that's it for the bayonet. Now we put 3 screws. Okay, so we are done with the back. Everything works as we want. We put the cap, then we flip the whole thing over, and then we're going to install this element here, that, if you remember, it had some fungus. Again, here you need to pay attention to the force you put on the thread, and then very important, I almost miss it, there is also a washer here that you don't want to lose. Okay. Okay, you don't need a lot of force to tighten that guy. And then that's it. We just need to blow just to remove any particles of dust. And then we come, we put this guy, and then usually you need to make sure, let me go back just for a second, there might be a position where the screw is going to lodge, so I already made a marking for that, so I know that when I come to that position, that's what I need to tight. That will be the right point, and then I can just finish by tightening the screw again, and then a little cleaning of the front lens, and then my lens is ready to keep going for another 30 years. So this is all I wanted to show today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.